Continuing from the previous episode 755. By the way, what exactly is the ruins this time? Why hasn't there been any news for so long? Xuanyin greeted several people in Wujuju, so he was not worried, and immediately followed Qinxin back to her residence, asked openly. Qin gave Xuanyin the impression that this guy knew a lot of things, so at this time Xuanyin wanted to know other news, so he could only start from here. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang Yu. Kai 8.1 ZS. Coem. I don't know much about the ruins this time. But the only thing I know is that this time the ruins involved seem to be quite large. And most importantly, it also involves the inheritors and some secrets of the Xuanling royal family. In addition, the seal in the ruins is too strong. I am afraid that the powerhouses of the major super sects are now ready to go. If the seal is weakened, it will take action to investigate the news. At that time, the news about the ruins will be overwhelming, but it seems that there are still 2 months before the news comes out. If it's time to start, it will take at least 3 months. Qinxin said with an understanding. In this way, if we were to refine medicinal pills, we would still have enough time. Xuanyin nodded slightly after hearing this, and then stopped talking. Just when Qinxin was talking about the inheritor, Xuanyin couldn't help but flickered a beautiful image in his heart. That Qianying's name is Yueru, and I'm afraid she can be regarded as her first friend on the Xuanling continent. Moreover, with the help of Na Yuru's father, he forged an identity so that he could cultivate in the Fenxiang Pavilion so stably. Otherwise, a super sect like the Fenxiang Pavilion would definitely not take in an unidentified person like Xuanyin. I don't know how she's doing now. When she joined the super sect, she said that she would come to me when she reached the 5-star Do Emperor and successfully broke through the 6-star Do Emperor's life calamity. Xuanyin shook his head helplessly. Xuanyin had feelings for Yueru. It's just a trace of apology, and I want to try my best to make up for it, so that the Yu family has spared no effort to help me. What do you think? So fascinated? Qinxin was a little surprised immediately. This Xuanyin had too much dawn, and he had never seen him so lost. It's nothing. I think of some sad things. Let's not mention them. By the way, now that I have broken through the 2nd-grade Emperor rank pharmacist, you can also quickly refine the medicinal pills you need. After all, refining medicinal pills is no better than cultivation, and it will definitely take a lot of time. Xuanyin changed the subject and said, Yep, I am afraid that the medicinal pills I refined this time can be ranked at the peak of the 2nd-rank Emperor-level human-level medicinal pills. Are you confident? After a little hesitation, Qinxin decided to ask, after all, refining medicinal pills is not children's play, a small matter. If the pill destroys people, it is a big event. Besides, the pills that I need are too rare, and I have managed to collect all 3 medicinal materials. If it is such a waste, it would be a pity. It shouldn't be difficult to be at the peak of the 2nd-rank Emperor rank and the human rank. Xuanyin suddenly smiled when he heard the words. Qinxin asked, so Xuanyin naturally wouldn't say anything big, but Xuanyin knew that Qinxin had what she needed in her hands, so she would definitely do her best. Let's go to the backyard. The front yard is not quiet. Qinxin came to her residence and immediately looked around, then urged Xuanyin. Let's go. When Xuanyin heard this, he was not a long-winded person, and went straight to the backyard. Crackling, the two came to a rather shabby wooden hare in the backyard. Although it's a bit shabby, it's a good place to part-time medicine pills. Qinxin said with disapproval. Although this is her residence, Qinxin naturally doesn't have time to clean all the rooms after cultivating all day. It's fine. How could Xuanyin care about these things? After all, what a pharmacist needs is only flames, medicine cauldrons, and medicinal materials. As for other things, good or bad doesn't matter. In that case, let's start. Seeing that Xuanyin had no intention of delaying, Qinxin felt slightly satisfied. If it wasn't for the pills she refined this time, and Qinxin didn't want others to know about it, Qinxin's arrogance would definitely not ask Xuanyin for help. A valuable medicinal material, which can make Qinxin feel some pain. Although the strength behind her is huge enough, Qinxin is not good at stretching out her gloves like a white wolf. Well, these are 3 medicinal herbs. As long as you can succeed once out of 3 chances, the rest of the medicinal herbs will be yours. As for your reward, I won't be able to treat you badly after it's done. On Qinxin's delicate fingers, a few medicinal herbs flickered slightly, and then threw them directly to Xuanyin. Okay. Xuanyin nodded immediately. After all, the transaction between alchemists was like this. Get ready, I'm going to start. During the days when I was refining medicinal pills, don't let people disturb me, and don't touch me unless I call you. Xuanyin said solemnly. Although he refined the medicinal pills, some things had to be explained clearly, otherwise Xuanyin would not be able to afford any mistakes when the pills were formed. I know. Qin Xin nodded as well, then looked at Xuanyin. Is there anything else? Xuanyin immediately hesitated when he saw that Qin Xin was still not leaving. Is it gone? Although I'm not a pharmacist, I can watch you refine medicine pills, and if there are any special circumstances halfway through the process, you can take action. Qin Xin explained. No need, you go out. Xiao said coldly. You. Qin Xin felt anxious when she heard the link to words www.novelmtl.com. When I was at home, let alone a second-grade emperor-rank pharmacist, even a more powerful third-rank emperor-rank pharmacist, as long as I wanted to see it, others would be eager to see it, but when I came to Xuanyan's place. Such a big gap made Qin Xin feel a little angry. Every pharmacist has the habits of each pharmacist. And my habit is that I don't like to be disturbed when I'm refining medicine pills, and I don't like to be stared at by others. Xuanyin explained coldly, and then calmly adjusted his breath. As for the three, the medicinal materials were placed in front of him. Humph. As expected, pharmacists are quite unreasonable people. I'm leaving. Although Xuanyin explained, Qin Xin still felt a little aggrieved. She snorted coldly, and closed the door of the firewood room, and she was worried and used her own strength to add a layer seal. Xuanyin, it's up to you. I hope you don't let me down. After this sect competition is over, I will go back and inherit that thing. If they know the injury in my body at this time, I'm afraid. Qin Xin did everything well before she said earnestly. After saying a word, he slowly disappeared, leaving Xuanyin alone. Do not worry. With my Emperor Yan, Xuanyin, this pill that is at the peak of the Emperor's second-rank human level is not a threat. Xuanyin responded with Qin Xin's prayer with a faint smile, but only a gust of wind sounded in response to Xuanyin. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 756. Xuanyin pill. In the firewood room, Xuanyin adjusted his breath and then stared at a scroll among the three medicinal herbs. At this time, above this volume of prescription, a powerful soul force appeared, which was a way to protect the prescription at a glance. This scroll is the recipe for this medicinal pill refining. Apothecary refining is really a profession with a panacea. Xuanyin looked at the roll of prescriptions, and a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Sure enough, as a pharmacist, and a high-level pharmacist who others have asked for from him, not only does he prepare his own medicinal materials, but even the very precious prescription has to be handed over. After all, it is you who begged other pharmacists to refine medicine pills for you. Without the medicinal materials, the pharmacist can hardly cook without rice. If there are only medicinal materials and no prescriptions, the pharmacists can't fiddle with anything, so the medicinal materials and prescriptions are cheaper for the pharmacists. Xuanyin pill. Why do I remember that this pill sounds familiar? Xuanyin picked up the prescription lightly in the palm of his hand, and suddenly wondered a few words. I remember Uncle Golden Dragon King said that this Xuanyin pill is very suitable for some women to heal wounds. I don't know what Qin Xin's refining of this pill does. Xuanyin wondered. Hey, don't worry, open it first and have a look. Xuanyin couldn't remember the specific problem for a while, and immediately said. Boom boom boom. Xuanyin mobilized the soul power and the soul stone in the soul realm in his body to face the prescription. This time, mobilizing the soul power is easier than ever before. This is obviously the effect of the soul stone compressing the soul power. But the next moment, an extremely terrifying soul wave spread out from the prescription scroll in an instant. My good fellow, it's still a fairly high-level prescription. The next moment, Xuanyin's eyes became solemn, because he suddenly realized that the soul power he had mobilized at this time could not crack the prescription scroll, and immediately sighed. Get up, and then constantly draw the soul power in the body towards the prescription. If you want to read the contents of the refining medicine prescription, soul power is essential. Shabu shabu. After a while, many beads of sweat appeared on Xuanyin's forehead, and then the prescription scroll was slowly cracked by Xuanyin. Xuanyin Dan can cure intractable diseases, and it has miraculous effects on women born with cold body. It is said that it has immeasurable benefits for some natural injuries. Xuanyan's eyes suddenly became strange when he saw this. The reason why Qinxin asked herself to refine this medicinal pill was because she had some discomfort in her body? However, with Xuanyan's huge soul power, she didn't find any discomfort in Qinxin's body, so she immediately hesitated. If it wasn't for this reason, why would Qinxin choose not to choose other alchemists, but choose herself? Xuanyan pondered for a short time without results, and immediately continued to read the prescription, trying to find the answer in it. Refining medicinal materials, the sea of blood and the sky, the blue flames and mysterious thunder, and the fallen star branches. It's gone? Xuanyan looked at the few large lines above the prescription, and immediately became a little depressed. Wait, there are more words. But the next moment, Xuanyan discovered that at the bottom of the prescription, a few lines of small words suddenly appeared. The use of this Dan Ruo and Holy Blood Ganoderma lucidum can cure dark diseases. The few small words that were inconspicuous, however, gave Xuanyan a great shock. It seems that the secrets on Qinxin's body and the forces behind it should have a certain connection. The reason why she asked me to make medicine pills is to prevent others from finding out that she has a dark disease. I don't think she still made a mistake. The trick was discovered by luck. However, this hidden disease is elusive. Xuanyan seemed to have understood something when he saw this. Although there is no so-called Holy Blood Ganoderma lucidum among the 3 medicinal herbs, but with Xuanyan's shrewdness, how could he not know the secrets? Qinxin hid it, but it happened that the prescription forgot to deal with it. Forget it. Don't care about it for now. No matter what Qinxin's background is, this is an exchange of equal value. As long as it is beneficial, other things will not be considered. Xuanyan shook his head diligently. Next, let's start refining. Although this medicinal pill is at the peak of the 2nd rank Emperor rank human rank, the refining time is definitely not short. Moreover, the main medicinal materials of these 3 flavors alone will take a short period of time. Xuanyan made up his mind and opened his mouth immediately. As soon as he finished speaking, Xuanyan immediately turned his attention to the 3 medicinal herbs in front of him. Of the 3 medicinal herbs, the medicinal ingredients are obviously the same, but there are only 3 copies. After all, even a master alchemist will fail when refining medicinal herbs, so it is not a bad thing to prepare more medicinal ingredients. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Co M, he. I didn't expect Qinxin's 3 medicinal herbs to be the best choice. With the power of my holy flame, the refined medicinal herbs will definitely give birth to pill patterns. If that's the case, then the reward is justified. Xuanyan smiled. Pill pattern is something that only appears when the medicinal pill is refined to the limit. If there is a pill pattern, it is the best choice whether it is the energy or quality of the medicinal pill. The first step in refining. Ding cum. After Xuanyan checked that there was no problem with the 3 medicinal herbs, he simply opened his mouth and took out an alchemy cauldron from his collection ring. This cauldron is impressively the black devil who made medicine pills by his master Yao Lao. I think Xuanyan was jealous of this cauldron for a long time, and Yao Lao just gave it to him when he left the Btth2 continent. For a powerful alchemist, if the mobile phone does not have a good cauldron, it would be too outrageous. Since Xuanyan came to Btth2 continent, this medicine cauldron also came here with Xuanyan. It's really been a long time since I made a medicinal pill. Xuanyan stared at the imposing black demon, and immediately smiled slightly. Wang Om! The black devil seemed to be quite spiritual, and when Xuanyan cheered so much, he immediately responded with a cheerful voice. Let's do it. Gently stroked the black demon a few times, and recovered some of the feel of refining medicinal pills. The corner of Xuanyan's mouth moved slightly. In the past, the power of Emperor Yan was used to refine medicinal herbs, but now that holy flame is swallowed, I'm afraid it is faster to use holy flame to refine medicinal pills. Xuanyan thought to himself. He thought to himself, and then Xuanyan's mind moved, and the khaki-yellow holy flame energy was provoked in his body, filling the black magic cauldron with black in a short period of time. Good cauldron and good fire. Xuanyan looked at the burning holy flame among the black demons, and the corner of his mouth immediately caused a strange arc. With holy flame, I am afraid that the time for refining the medicinal pill will be greatly reduced. I don't know if I can refine these 3 medicinal materials in a month, and the pill thunder calamity brought by the second-grade emperor rank medicinal pills is also a problem. Xuanyin held the 3 pairs in the palm of his hand. Herbs, staring straight at the black demon, seems to be thinking about something. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 757. Boom! In the black magic cauldron, the raging holy flames continued to burn. During the period, Cheng Dan also tried to escape from the cauldron, but was blocked by the black devils. After all, the black magic cauldron is no trivial matter. Flames flow out, and at this time, the scorching temperature in the cauldron may directly melt human flesh and even soul power. The temperature is almost there. Xuanyin sensed it and found that the temperature was just right, and immediately opened his mouth slightly. The first step in refining medicine pills is to heat the fire. Only skilled fire can bring the medicine pot to a saturated temperature, which is suitable for medicine refining. Otherwise, the flame temperature is not enough, which is a waste of medicine materials. Both the medicinal materials and the refining pharmacist will suffer. The next moment, Xuanyin divided the 3 medicinal materials into 2 parts, and directly collected them into his own diet. Chen also said that as long as Xuanyin succeeded in refining once out of these 3 times, then the other herbs would be given to Xuanyin. With Chen's background, it was naturally very credible to say this, and Xuanyin naturally wouldn't be polite to her. These medicinal herbs are expensive to make, and if you take them out for auction, they are sky high, although Xuanyin is not bad. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Coam. I hope you will get better luck, it will be successful once, and you will save the waste of extra medicinal materials. Xuanyin muttered in a low voice, and immediately took the medicinal materials in his hand. At this time, in Xuanyin's palm, he only held the core herbs of this Xuanyin pill. The Sea of Blood, Tianquan, Kenyan Xuan Lei, Fallen Star Branch. These 3 herbs are the most fundamental and most important thing in refining Xuanyin pill. It can be said that without any of these 3 herbs, it would be difficult to succeed. The first is the Sea of Blood and Tianquan. The refining of this Sea of Blood and Tianquan is quite difficult. I remember that I encountered this thing on the Do Qi continent. At that time, I hadn't been promoted to Do Emperor, so I didn't get it. Xuanyin felt a little regretful when he remembered it. Blood Sea Tianquan. This is a treasure of heaven and earth, and its shape is impressively a prismatic blood crystal the size of a palm. The formation of the Sea of Blood and Tianquan is extremely harsh. It not only needs fresh human blood as nourishment, but also needs to be deep in the seabed, so it is quite difficult to find. However, the most precious part is that the blood crystals are solidified. Only by melting the blood crystals will Tianquan be truly revealed. Xuanyin murmured. The next moment, Xuanyin put down the other medicinal materials and only held the prismatic blood crystal in his hand. Go! After a while, Xuanyin shook with force, and the blood crystals on his palms were thrown directly into the black devil cauldron. Seeing Xuanyin's appearance, he clearly wanted to melt the blood crystals as quickly as possible. Gulagulu, the holy flame that was blazing in the black magic cauldron suddenly felt an extremely hard object enter the cauldron, and suddenly let out a sound of dissatisfaction, and then continued to hit the blood crystal with hot attacks. Boom boom boom. Boom boom boom. Boom boom boom. After hitting again and again, Xuanyin kept controlling his soul power, and immediately found that the hardness of this blood crystal was far beyond his imagination. Strange thing, if you can't refine the blood crystals to extract the Tianquan in the blood crystals, then the next steps will be difficult. Xuanyin was slightly puzzled in his heart. I don't believe that this thing can really resist the power of holy flame. After Xuanyin finished speaking, the more dazzling holy flame burst out suddenly, and then under the control of Xuanyin's subtle soul power, attacked the blood crystal in the black magic cauldron. And with Xuanyin's beating, the originally sturdy appearance of the blood crystal also faintly showed signs of loosening. Day after day, Xuanyin refined blood crystals so non-stop, 10 days passed in a blink of an eye. It's time. On this day, Xuanyin's spirit was abnormally plump, and then he was holding the broken blood crystal in the black devil cauldron, and a slight smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Originally, according to Xuanyin's guess, it would take 20 days to refine the blood crystals to extract the Tianquan, but the power of the holy flame was shortened by half. Refining for me, Xuanyin was increasing his soul power and suddenly suppressed the broken blood crystal. The blood crystal had already adapted to Xuanyin's pressure, but at this time, with Xuanyin's sudden and powerful suppression, it instantly turned into pieces and traveled in the Black Devil Cauldron with a bang. Hee, this first step is finally a success. Seeing this, Xuanyin smiled slightly. After a while, Zaidu controlled his soul power and went to the shard of the blood crystal. These fragments are the raw materials of Tianquan. Boom boom boom. When Xuanyin put these fragments together again and baked them with the power of holy flame, dozens of crystal silver and antimony water droplets slowly appeared in the cauldron. It's done. Seeing this, Xuanyin couldn't help feeling overjoyed. The next step is Falling Star Branch. Xuanyin saw that the first step was finished perfectly, and immediately said, Falling star branches are not as strong as blood crystals, so the refining time should be faster than blood crystals. It took 10 days for the blood crystals. I'm afraid that 5 days is enough for the fallen Xingzi. Xuanyin said with a smile. After finishing speaking, Xuanyin held the falling star branch in his hand, and suddenly a cold and thorough feeling spread throughout his body, and even Xuanyin vaguely felt that the falling star branch actually had an impact on the blood demon gold in his body. Qi has a trace of resistance. This astonishing discovery made Xuanyin suddenly shocked, but Xuanyin also knew that the blood demon gold energy in his body could not be solved unless a 2-star fighting immortal powerhouse made a move after all. It was as powerful as the color scale. Xingdushan are helpless. Let's start. Xuanyin put aside his thoughts and said a word, and then the gray fallen star branch about the size of an arm was thrown directly into the Black Devil Cauldron by Xuanyin. As soon as he entered the Black Devil Cauldron, the overwhelming power of holy flame rushed towards him frantically under Xuanyin's control, trying to refine it, but this fallen star branch is also an extraordinary thing, and a trace of gray was born in the body. The power of Xuanyin's flame power is constantly isolated from the invasion. It's really a strange treasure, but I want to see how long you can hold on. Xuanyin laughed when he saw such an interesting scene, and immediately took out a large amount of medicinal pills from his arms. And swallow it. Looking at the appearance, it is obvious that he is ready to fight a protracted battle. Unconsciously, another 5 days passed. On this day, the sturdy branches and leaves of the fallen star were slowly refined into a pile of gray liquid by Xuanyin. At this time, in the Black Devil Cauldron, dozens of drops of crystal silver and antimony liquid refined by the Blood Sea and Tianquan, plus the gray liquid refined by the fallen star branches, are also within easy reach of the Cheng Dan. The last is Canyon Xuan Lei. Xuanyin immediately laughed when he saw that the 2 most difficult parts had been completed. As for the final Canyon Xuan Lei, that was what was added when condensing the medicinal pill. At this time, some other ingredients are needed, and this Xuanyin pill can become a pill. Ask for tickets. There's one more at 8 o'clock in the evening. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 758. 20 days have passed. How is Xuanyin's progress? Qinxin sat on the top of the empty courtyard, looking forward to it. It's not that Qinxin felt that Xuanyin's refining was unsuccessful, but Qinxin was a little worried about Xuanyin's progress. The things in the ruins, I am afraid. Miss. Qinxin was worried that she had not appeared for a long time, and a rather ruthless man wearing a huge windbreaker appeared in Qinxin's compound in an instant. The man is the figure who appeared in the burning incense pavilion before. The dignified 9-star Do Di is probably responsible for protecting Qinxin. Moreover, Qinxin's life experience is extremely huge, and the energy behind the people who can be protected by the 9-star duty powerhouse can be imagined. What are you doing here? Seeing this person, Qinxin suddenly said with a hint of anger on her calm and pretty face. I have already told him, don't always enter the burning incense pavilion. There are not a few people who can arrest him in the burning incense pavilion. If these old guys know about it, I am afraid it will be extremely troublesome. Miss, things on the Empire's side are imminent. I'm afraid that within 3 years, the Empire will be in chaos. You have the blood of the royal family and you are very talented. We are all waiting for you to go back. So miss, I'm afraid you can't stay here, otherwise your elder brothers are jealous of what you have, and maybe they will send some powerful experts to come. The cold man said with great worry. The ruthless man followed Qinxin. Naturally he didn't want his master to die inexplicably. I am free, and I said that once the sect competition here is over, I will return to the Empire to start over again. Qin Xin changed her previous gentleness and said coldly like a killer. That is a powerful aura. That kind of aura can only be possessed by those born in the real royal family. But miss, the resources here in the Xuanling continent are too scarce. The cold man wanted to say something, but he couldn't get out of his mouth. How's your royal father? Qin Xin didn't take it seriously, she just asked softly. Medical immortal Qiweng has already said that the emperor will not live for a year at most. The cold man immediately said in a panic. I see, you go down. Qin Xin heard the words, her heart suddenly felt a sharp pain. Alas, the ruthless man sighed and disappeared. My father was also a real immortal fighter during his lifetime. How could he be so weak? There must be some secrets in it. It seems that my elder brothers have done a lot of good things during my absence in the empire. Furthermore, since he is as powerful as Qiweng's medical immortal strength, I'm afraid this matter is very high. Sigh. Qin Xin said with some hatred at the corner of her mouth. The Xuanling continent is only the weakest of the Btth2 continent after all, and the continent where Guanglu and his hometown are located is not the strongest. Only my home empire is the strongest in the Btth continent. Qin Xin finished speaking slightly, but I remembered, and then I stopped staying, left the compound, and ran to do something. In the firewood room of the compound, Xuanyin had already prepared everything at this time, and at this moment it was a crucial step to condense it into a pill. Hoo-hoo! In 20 days, all the medicinal materials have finally been refined. Xuanyin couldn't help but sighed in relief, and then stared at the piles of medicinal materials in the Black Devil Cauldron. At this time, the Btth2 that was originally extracted, and the Fallen Star branch, there are some miscellaneous medicine groups. Those medicine groups are obviously used to neutralize the medicinal power. Kangyan Xuan Lei waited slowly. This thing is the key to becoming a pill. After all, Xuanyin pill is quite unique. When it is completed, it must be merged with Kangyan Xuan Lei before it can be successfully condensed in the true sense. Let's start the fusion. Xuanyin glanced at the many medicinal powers in the Black Devil Cauldron with satisfaction and said, Btth2, Fallen Star branch, come. The next moment, Xuanyin waved his hand, and the dazzling soul power immediately controlled the second group of medicinal power among the black demons. Puff puff. Even if the Btth2 and the Fallen Star branch were refined by Xuanyin, it seemed that they still contained a trace of self-consciousness, and they were immediately afraid of Xuanyin and wanted to escape. Where to run? Give me a condensate. Seeing this, Xuanyin couldn't help sneering. I spent so much time and energy, how could I be run away by you? Immediately, he shouted loudly, completely ignoring the resistance of the two of them, and the power of large stalks continued to spread out, suppressing the resistance. Fusion. After the resistance subsided, Xuanyin started to merge with confidence. If you risk fusion without waiting for the resistance to ease, I am afraid that the medicinal pill after fusion will have some other properties. The medicinal power of such medicinal herb is much weaker than that of the real medicinal pill, and there may be other side effects. Is ineligible. Shabu shabu. Xuanyin's voice just fell, and the two groups of liquids shook violently. At this time, the huge medicinal power contained in the two groups of liquids was directly fused together by Xuanyin. I didn't expect this medicinal power to be so strong. Xuanyin murmured slightly at the corners of his mouth, looking at the two groups of liquid that were difficult to fuse together. If the two groups of medicinal powers were allowed to fuse like this, they would probably end up with an explosive effect. Fortunately, I was prepared. Xuanyin laughed, and then a cloud of colorful medicinal materials left in the Black Devil Cauldron submerged directly into the stalemate and fusion liquid. The colorful medicinal materials were obviously what Xuanyin had refined to neutralize the medicinal power, so at this time the neutralizing medicinal power entered the two groups of liquids that were deadlocked. Immediately the two groups of liquids became quiet, and then the speed visible to the naked eye slowly merges. Xinya 81 Zhang Huiyan Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Coem, it's done. Seeing this, Xuanyin couldn't help but scream. Although this neutralizing drug Xuanyin added some medicinal materials to the prescription, he was still worried that it would not be enough to neutralize the medicinal power of the Btth2 and the Falling Star branch, but Xuanyin's worry was unnecessary. Next, after refining it with Kangyan Xuan Lei, it can become a pill. Xuanyin said happily, staring at the pill that was slowly forming. Lei, come. Xiaoyan's voice just fell, and the Kenyan Xuan Lei, who was bound by Xiaoyan in the Black Devil Cauldron, shook off the restraint and went into a frenzy. Ho ho ho! As soon as Kenyan Xuan Lei broke free from the shackles, an extremely violent aura immediately erupted. Although Kenyan Xuan Lei has no intelligence, the power contained in it is extremely violent. Haha, the spiritless Kenyan Xuan Lei, do you think this emperor can't control you? Xiaoyan snorted coldly in the face of this arrogant Kenyan Xuan Lei, and the power of the holy flame suddenly appeared in the palm of his hand, ready to force Kenyan Xuan Lei into the medicinal pill for tempering. And that Kenyan Xuan Lei seemed to have sensed Xiaoyan's intentions, and ran away like crazy, trying to escape from here. It's too late, Xiaoyan said lightly, and immediately shot, not giving Kenyan Xuan Lei a chance to escape. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 759. Kenyan Xuan Lei is a very special existence. Although Kenyan Xuan Lei is also a type of thunder, it is different from ordinary thunderbolts. Other thunderbolts are formed by Dan thunder tribulation, but this Kenyan Xuan Lei is the last step in refining the Xuanyin pill. Xiaoyan, in my mind, I kept recalling the records about Kenyan Xuan Lei. Kenyan Xuan Lei, come here. At the next moment, the medicinal liquids in the Black Devil Cauldron had slowly merged, and a gray medicinal pill about the size of a dragon's eye slowly took shape. Buzz! Kenyan Xuan Lei seemed to sense Xiaoyan's call, and immediately roared, showing his anger. No way, although Kenyan Xuan Lei himself contained extremely violent power, he was not endowed with wisdom and could only be controlled by Xiaoyan. Temper it for me. Xiaoyan's next moment, the huge soul force instantly controlled the fiery red Kenyan Xuan Lei to go towards the gray elixir. This Kenyan Xuan Lei is also strange to say. The color of the body is constantly changing. At first it was gray, now it is fiery red, and after a while it is golden again, floating indefinitely. Boom boom boom! Kenyan Xuan Lei just came into contact with the gray elixir, and suddenly, extremely strong vibrations came out from the black magic cauldron, and this vibration obviously came from the gray elixir. It seems that Kenyan Xuan Lei is to get rid of some unnecessary impurities in Xuanyin pill. Seeing this, Xiaoyan immediately understood what was going on, and smiled slowly. Boom boom boom! In the black magic cauldron, the power of fiery red thunder appeared beside the gray elixir. With every roar of the fiery red thunder, there would suddenly be some white smoke floating above the gray elixir, and this white smoke is clearly the impurities that Kenyan Xuan Lei photographed for the gray elixir. Counting the time, 25 has passed. Xiaoyan looked at the current situation in the Black Devil Cauldron, and immediately closed his eyes slightly, because he knew that this could not be done in a short period of time. Xiaoyan sat like this for another 3 days. For 3 days, Xiaoyan used his huge soul power to control Kenyan Xuan Lei's impurity dispatch to the gray medicinal pills, and with Xiaoyan's actions, the sky outside the Qinxin compound slowly changed. It got dark, and an indescribable wave of terror slowly took shape. This kid is really daring. Just after breaking through the second-grade Emperor rank pharmacist, he started refining the second-grade Emperor rank medicinal herbs non-stop. And looking at the fluctuations, the movement of the medicinal pills refined this time is not small, and it is definitely not low if you want to come. In the refining pharmacy, Yi Meng said with relief. On the one hand, it was because of Xiaoyan's excellent talent for refining medicine, and on the other hand, it was because of Xiaoyan's breakthrough in the second-rank Emperor rank pharmacist that he benefited from himself. Thinking of this, Yi Meng couldn't help but smile. Master, is this Xiaoyan's fluctuation? Leng Fuyao appeared on the side, slowly staring at the extremely dark and thunderous sky in the distance with a difficult opening. Leng Fuyao has always been arrogant, not to mention other things, the refining skills alone. I am afraid that the entire Fenxiang Pavilion peers are not more powerful than himself, but the appearance of Xiaoyan broke Leng Fuyao's pride. Really? And I see the level of this thundercloud. I am afraid that the quality of Cheng Dan is still quite high, and it may even be born with Danwen. Yi Meng smiled slowly. Danwen? How could it be possible? Leng Fuyao immediately felt incredible when he heard this. This Xiaoyan had just broken through to the second-rank Emperor rank pharmacist, and he started refining such high-level medicinal pills just after breaking through, and he would also give birth to pill patterns. And I think the level of this thundercloud is a little scary. Yimeng said at the next moment. This thundercloud? When Leng Fuyao heard the words, she suddenly stared at the thunderclouds that were densely covered in the sky above Qinqin's compound. From the thunderclouds, she smelled a dangerous aura. It's really been a long time since I saw Leiyan. Xiaoyan naturally saw that the Xuanyin pill in his black devil cauldron was fully formed, and smiled slowly. But this Leiyan is a crucial step in becoming a pill. If you don't take Leiyan, I'm afraid the medicine pill will be refined in vain. No, the puppet has been useless for a long time. I'm afraid it won't be able to handle this thunder. At the next moment, Xiaoyan seemed to think of something, and immediately opened his mouth slightly. Indeed, the puppets of the Golden Demon puppet could no longer keep up with Xiaoyan's current pace. Since that's the case, I'd better rely on myself. With the power of Holy Flame, I don't believe how big the waves can be from thunder tribulation. Xiaoyan snorted coldly, and then disappeared directly into the firewood room, when Du appeared. Has come to the top of Qinqin compound. Boom boom boom. The thundercloud above the compound seemed to have been ready for a long time, and just as Xiaoyan appeared, bursts of sparks erupted with thunderbolts. What kind of thunder is this? Xiaoyan stared at the extremely dark thunder in front of him, smelling an extremely dangerous aura from it. It's actually Xuan Lei. In the pharmacy, Yimeng looked at the extremely dark thunder in the sky, and immediately exclaimed slightly. With Yimeng's current strength and medicine refining skills, he was able to exclaim so much, which was enough to show how powerful the thunder caused by Xiaoyan's refining medicine pill was. Xuan Lei? Leng Fuyao was surprised when he heard the words. Others don't know about this profound thunder, and as an alchemist, it's impossible for her not to know. Among the first, second, and third grade alchemists of the imperial rank, there are only two types of thunder that are the most terrifying. Xuan Lei is golden, and basically only appears in emperor rank third grade medicinal pills. Of course, there may be exceptions, but such cases are very rare. And this earth profound thunder is black, and it can only appear in some extremely difficult to refine medicine pills of the second rank emperor. Xuan Lei and Xuan Lei are collectively referred to as the two major killers of emperor-level pharmacists, because these two thunderbolts cannot be intervened by outsiders, and only the alchemists can deal with them themselves. This is the horror of these two thunders. I hope this kid doesn't have an accident, otherwise. Yimeng said slightly, and the words in his voice were obvious. If Xiaoyan couldn't resist, Yimeng would take action instantly. Xuan Lei, today, let me have a good comprehension to write about whether the frightening thunder in the rumors is as powerful as the legends say. Xiaoyan finished speaking, instantly transformed into a fireman, and rushed directly into the thunder in the sky. Tisk tisk tisk, this kid is so impulsive. Xiaoyan's movement was naturally noticed by the senior management of Fenxiang Pavilion, so Xiaoyan just caused the thunder calamity, and immediately Mu Shuji, Shang Yanjujin and everyone put down the matter in their hands. Looking at the thunderclouds above the sky. After all, Xiaoyan was the mainstay of their burning incense pavilion at this time, and these high-level officials would definitely not do anything to Xiaoyan. Haha, this is my Zujin's disciple. But don't worry, Xiaoyan has the power of Holy Flame. Although Xiaoyan's strength cannot really exert the full power of Holy Flame, don't underestimate Holy Flame. Just a mere Xuan Lei, I can't help this disciple. Zhu Jin's gentle voice sounded slowly, as if he was not worried about Xiaoyan at all, and there was only blind trust in Xiaoyan and his voice. Set a small goal first, such as 1 second to remember. Shukju mobile version reading website.